What's up, Spikelings? Welcome to the Shark Typhoon. Got the chest cold open. Really cool. So first, let's adjust the shark in the room, huh? So address the shark in the room. No beats for their 1 million channel point redemption option. Wanted a VTuber stream. And so we're embodying the Shark Typhoon here today. Really become the meme here. So let's do a chest cold open. That's awesome, Trace. 5 with brought back's really exciting. Alright, welcome back, Acolytes, to another exciting day of action in the Temple of Klothys. I'm your High Priest of Klothys and Modern Trophy League leader today, and actual Shark aspiring Spike. Today I thought we'd mix things up in the Temple by losing some matches and not getting more trophies. Nah, just kidding. We're gonna continue Christopher Shoals and bring glory to Klothys' 4-color Rokiric. You can help Klothys glory by liking, subbing, buying a Cerebro subscription, praising Klothys. Yeah, I would love to cement our trophy lead a bit more. We're still at the top of the board, but Principe did get a trophy yesterday. We have one more than they do at the moment. Yeah, you know what? This probably would have been a good day to register Shark Typhoon. but I want to play this deck in tomorrow's Showcase Challenge. I think that I just want to keep tuning the list a little bit and just like seeing if I feel like the metagame's adjusting at all. Alright, let's keep this. I think I'm gonna put back Prismatic Ending here. The Old Regime, thank you for your 14th month resub. And Mr. Slipper, 17 months, and Chess, 16 months. What a good group of guys right there, all resubbed at the same time. You know, one could get MTGO premium for the low price of one subscription to Aspiring Sprite. This is true. Thank you again for all those cold opens and chest. Can we put a hat on the shark? I don't think it'll register. I'm not Code Miko. I don't quite have that level of technology, I think. Simon gifting 5 subs. Appreciate you, buddy. Get some hype at the Shark Typhoon. You can actually make him blink. Look at this. This is crazy to me. You can make him blink. And then the smile is all scary. You're gonna show the teeth. And he's got a little pet squid. Ooh, we're playing against Breach. Probably. I guess it's not definitely Breach. I'm gonna get Breeding Pool here. And cast the Fun Raveler. You flap your arms as the pet squid move? I don't think so. I'm trying. Snapcaster Mage. I think I'll just bounce that. They can't bolt the Teferi, which is really nice. I'm glad you guys like it. I know it's definitely a bit off the wall, huh? Alright, they have their own Teferi. They're gonna bounce my Chalice. They do bounce the Chalice. So it's probably gonna be important for me to go iteration, find a land drop, ideally, and then play a Chalice. So this Teferi doesn't die to bolt. Well, we missed on our lands, which stinks. I think I'm gonna cast the Fury. Maybe I should have Manamorphosed first. This seemed like a little bit of a spew. Yeah, maybe this Teferi's not really doing all that much. The other cards in my hand are probably a bit more important. Does Esther have a crab model? I think she asked something along those lines yesterday if we could get one. Take a screenshot so you can explain to your friends what you do for a living. Yeah, it's funny. Yesterday we got one of my favorite Dark Souls streamers Dino Sigil raided us, and so it'd be funny if he popped in again today. Never raid again. Main phase draw 2. That bodes really well for us. I mean, I imagine that means that my opponent doesn't have a lightning bolt in their hand. Yeah, Dino's a great streamer, really good guy. They have to go to discard. All right, we missed our land drop last turn. I don't know, man. I know that Manamorphose like gives us 1 card deeper, but I want to hold it for the general really badly. I'm just gonna hope we could find a land, and we did. And do I want to? I think they didn't bolt my Teferi last turn. They didn't bolt Teferi last turn, but they also, I guess, maybe couldn't have. They're playing Wall of Omen, so if this is like Nassif's, I guess it's not Nassif's list if there's Charm. I'm gonna Chalice. Keeping the Teferi alive seems pretty important. You mean Dinah going to do a stream together? I think I saw you suggesting that like 20 minutes ago, but I don't think we can, right? Because either I'm going to be really bad at Dark Souls, or he's going to be really bad at Magic. If we ever co-streamed, wouldn't be that entertaining to watch. You say fish are friends, not food. I can't say something I don't believe in. As a shark, yeah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, oh yeah. Was that what the sharks? Yeah, that is what the sharks in Finding Nemo said. I was thinking it was the turtles. Fish are friends, not food. What land would I play over Reflecting Pool? You can just add another fetch land, or you can even maybe play the 4th Wrenn and Six over the Reflecting Pool. I also do think Reflecting Pools are good buys in general in Modern. I think that the card is like just a generally good land to have for a deck building a lot of different decks. Manamorphose. I think I'm gonna go Manamorphose Helix. Stock Scoop a lot. 3 months. Appreciate you. Or 5 months, sorry. In Costa Rica for 2 weeks. Any crazy meta shift for Modern Horizons? Well, I've been brewing a lot, and I've been finding some success brewing. These 4-color decks and like elementals seem to be on the rise, and I've been doing pretty well with this version. At the time of making this comment, I am 23-2 with this deck, making like a couple of changes after just the first league. Is there a command for the various sub rewards? How do people get their list reviewed? Well, the list reviewed is not a sub reward thing. You can get your list reviewed for 25,000 channel points, or for $5, or for gifting a sub. Your perks is for being a subscriber is that you don't get any ads on the channel, and you get access to emotes, and occasionally I'll put something up in the Discord for subscribers, but I haven't been doing that much lately. But I'd like to at some point. And draw 2 more. Gonna bounce or steal my Golem. They just draw 2. Gabroth, 18 months, appreciate you. Hope you're having a good day today. Welcome Spikeling to the Shark Typhoon. Ooh. Playing this Omnath might be overcommitting a bit into a possible verdict. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go Wrenn and Six, Ping Snapcaster Mage, Teferi plus, and then if they do have a verdict, we have Omnath to rebuild a bit. Yeah, sure thing. R5. Yeah, Dino's a really good guy, really good streamer. Everybody check out. I need to like copy paste because then the stream name is really hard. But Dino Sigel. But be cool about it. Be cool about it. Yeah, this is the 1,000,000 channel point redemption from No Beats. Be a shark for a day. Chance we could get the collage behind the shark. I don't have a green screen. I think I'd have to have one for that. You know, you are what you cast. Today we've become the shark. Alright, got deck tech from Spies. Let's look at Teferi, Hero of Dominaria with this 5 mana. It's a Kiki Jiki? Well, they would have cast Deceiver Exarch first if they had it. They currently can't kill me unless they have Corridor Monitor. That would be gross. Yeah, it's ephemeral. I really dislike Charming Prince if you're not playing Aether Vial, and I'm not even a huge fan of like the second copy usually. I think it's sometimes like fine as a tutor target, but I'm usually very low on Charming Prince in these decks. Oh, cool. They also get to kill my Wrenn and Six. This was a cool line. What did they pitch? Math deck set. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Charming Prince. Where are your walls? Yeah, you really need wall of omens slash blossoms, I think, especially with Skyclave apparition. The walls blocking the tokens is really important. Like I would be playing Wall of Omens or Blossoms over Watcher, and I'd be probably playing like just 6 total walls in this metagame over the Charming Princess too. Probably just be playing 1 Time Warp, but I think it's fine to play more. Teferi Time Raveler, yeah, I think you also have too many 3-drops, where like in the Bant Ephemerate control list I don't play Soul Herder, but you playing Skyclave, Eternal Witness, Teferi, and Soul Herder, I think that's just too many 3-drops. So you probably need to cut either... You probably just need to cut the Teferis if you're playing the Soul Herder variant. Alright, let's... cast Omnath. Eliza, thank you for your 9-month resub. Appreciate ya. Yeah, the shark turned out really well. It was very... I was trying to decide which avatar to choose, and once I saw this one, it wasn't really a decision. So we can't Prismatic Ending this Kiki Jiki. We can deal them 4 with Omnath. And Prismatic Ending the Wall of Omens, but... I guess we lose to... I guess we just lose to, Resto. Yeah, I've got a cough today. I'm not sure what's going on. So I also think with Endurance, you don't need Ulamog as a sideboard card. I don't like Reflector Mage very much. 4 Knight of Autumn's probably too many. Dang it. Ugh, feels so bad. Just couldn't X equals 5. Guess that's some added value to Kiki Jiki, huh? Well, we're pretty soft to the Kiki combo. The rest of our deck seems like it's probably going to be okay against them. I probably don't want 4 Chalice. I can probably want like 3. Maybe a Gut Shot doesn't break up the combo. I feel like the first Force of Negation. Maybe 2 Force over the 3rd Fury. Raven, thank you for your subscription. Appreciate you. Every deck tech is just Spike saying you can't play 23 jobs. Maybe you're right. Could have X equals 3 with Teferi on Resto. X equals 3 with Teferi on Resto. Oh! Well, that was a punt, huh? It would have been X equals 4, but yeah, we could have done that. I forgot about that. Brutal. Yeah, I know we should be playing a Shark Typhoon deck for today's stream, but I really need to test this case for the showcase that's tomorrow. Alright, I think I'm holding the Manamorphoses, just gonna jam Teferi next turn into Iteration. Also play Spell Pierce instead of Force of Negation. Well, Spell Pierce and Chalice don't really mix super well. You can play Flusterstorm instead if you want to. Wow, that just resolved. It might get Prismatic Ending. Should I minus? I think I'm okay with that. Oh, now I'm very okay with that. X equals 3 is 4 colors. Oh, fair enough. That's not just how I think about it, I guess, but you're right. I'm not gonna force it to Fairy. Oh, I guess. Well, maybe I should because I can't force after it sticks. Yeah, this is Prismatic Ending. I might just let this go. Yeah, I'll just let this go. I'll just take the 2 for 1. Ooh. Here comes the General. Let's just cast that. How's the deck been treating me? It was our first match today. At the time of making this comment, I am 23-2 with this deck, which is an insane win record. is not going to hold up forever, but we're currently, you know, still on a sick run with the deck, you know. I'm going to force this because it can bounce my general. Alright, 0 mana, make a 4/4, draw a card is a pretty good card, huh? Oh, we have to find some more gas at some point. We just lose our iteration. Uh-oh. Cycle? Alright, Omnath's not too bad. At least to find follow-up if my opponent has a verdict here. How have I done versus Mill? I haven't played against it, but I'm not that worried, I think. We have a Ulamog in the sideboard and our deck's not that soft to Tasha's. I don't know. I haven't played against it, I've got a sideboard card for it. That's about all you can do, right? Yeah, we did punt game 1 of this match. I forgot that we could Prismatic Ending Restoration Angel at instant speed. A good lesson to learn if we play this matchup in the showcase, huh? They're gonna path a golem. I accept this trade deal. Cast Omnath pre-combat. If my opponent's Snapcaster is to block the general, I'm gonna want to get at least this extra golem out of it. Oh, we have a Triome in the graveyard for Wrenn and Six. It's pretty good. Yeah, Michael, I think I told you I was doing this, right? I can't remember. I think I did. We definitely could just lose to Restoration Angel and Kiki. We're playing against, you know, it's just Guy Kiki. Lost to game 1. Punted the game away. Really happy if, like, literally anything else happens. Oh, Restoration Angel can block the general. I mean, I think I still like this attack because they're pretty dead next turn. We just lose to Kiki. Not much we can do about it. Opponent geniusly metagaming around the Prismatic Ending meta. No! No! Oh, thank goodness. They started tapping their mana really fast. I thought for sure we were dead. Maybe hold Wrenn and ping if they block. Oh, that was a pretty good. That's an idea. That probably was the best line. Even though it means we don't get the golem. Wait, they weren't dead on board, were they? I guess they had the chump block with Resto, which is not a enviable position to be in. This is incredibly unsettling, says Full Wagon. Yeah, this is not the most comforting avatar I could have chosen, but
what's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
I think we have to keep this. But I thought it was funny because, you know, we're the Shark Typhoon. Just always innovating here over on twitch.tv/Aspiring Spike. Wait, is it an octopus or I guess it is an octopus. I thought it was a squid. Opponent's iterationing on 2. That's not super common. I'm gonna eat. I will only eat you, Doom, if you get more trophies than I do. So I think you have nothing to worry about. I think I'll play the second Triome, even though like being able to cycle one in these matchups is kind of nice for Wrenn and Six. The next VTube stream, I should find a Clothis avatar. Yeah, I think that would be a little bit of blasphemy, but you know, what high priest would I be if I didn't let a little bit of power go to my head, you know? Kind of stings to lose the Manamorphose. I guess it's not that big a deal. Did I say fish your friends not food? I think I already did. Oh wait, I have to discard a card? What a scam. What a scam. I think I need to keep the Helix to be able to deal with the Kiki combo. We're just Finding Nemo Bruce quote redemption. Alright. Fish are friends, not food. Is that good? I feel like it was passable. This be a regular 1 million point redemption option? Maybe. I'm trying to rethink them. I think that I'm gonna get I'm gonna have VIP be a standard redemption option where you can just redeem and become a VIP on the channel. Beyond that, I'm not sure, because you know, all of the channel point redemption options I've done so far have cost both time and money, including this one. I have to pay for a license to use the software. So we can't. I'm not gonna be doing infinite redemption options in the future, but I'm having a good time with them. And I still need to set up the PO box for Red Headband. I might actually have time to do that today. This is like the first like Friday I don't have anything planned in a little while. I want to hold up Helix this turn. I'm just gonna cast the general, hold up Helix. Maybe I should play my land first. I could like force a counterspell, but I'm kind of not sure that I would force counterspell here. What happens if you redeem that put on a hat option? I guess I should probably have turned that one off for today, right? Because nothing. I can't put a hat on. I guess I could. I can find a clip art of a hat, and I can put it on the. I can put that on top of the shark. That's the trade deal I offer you if you redeem the hat option. I think I like casting this. Alright, Wavelink has redeemed Spike puts on a hat. I guess now we actually have way more flexibility for hat options than we usually do. So do you have a do you have a type of hat in mind? What do you think of replacing the Kamigawa lands and new man lands from the D&D set? I like Din of the Bugbear a lot. I'm not as big a fan of the other one. The black one. I feel like that one's like feels a little less powerful to me. So maybe you could play like the black Kamigawa and Din, but I think the Kamigawa lands are a bit stronger. It's close. Okay, Sombrero from Wavelink. All right, well, let me see what I can do. No promises here. I mean, it should be fine, actually. But I don't know if I'm gonna find like a really good one. This one looks like it would fit on the top of my head decently well. Yeah, I don't think Din of the Bugbear is bad. It's even maybe possible that you can afford to play both. Just like you have to accept that your mana just gets a tiny bit worse whenever you add one of these lands. Or should I Helix this? I guess so. We have now Prismari Command that we can hold up to deal with the Solitude, maybe. Okay. Fireball can have their logo covered up for a little bit. They'll understand the things I do for the stream. Oh yeah. When I'm like leaning too close to the camera, and that's what's throwing off the tracker, I think. All right, I think I'm gonna Force of Negation this counterspell. If you post a link here, I can make the background transparent. That would be pretty helpful, I guess. Yeah. Although I guess not really, because it's like it's still gonna cover up the CFB logo. I will do a shout out to Channel Fireball to make up for the 10 minutes or so of covering up their logo with the hat. Weird that they would use the Snapcaster if they had Counterspell in their hand. I guess that's not that big a deal. You guys should sign up for a Channel Fireball Pro subscription, and I'm not just saying this because I have to, because I don't. It's not part of the contract, but I do think it's actually just one of the best deals that you could possibly get if you're trying to level up as a Magic player. Like it really truly does not get better than CFB Pro. Like you get a lot of articles with a lot of effort put into them from people like me, from Reed Duke, Andrea Mengucci, Martin Yuza, Huey Jensen, just like all the best in the biz, you know. I feel like my hand's pretty good. I don't think I'm gonna loot. I don't think I'm gonna kill the Snapcaster, make a treasure. It's just like it ends up being a really good deal. And then it's also only $5 a month for access to all the articles. And you could also, if you're, this is really only an option if you're in the States, or only a good option, maybe I should say, if you're in the States. But you can have, for $10, you can get the, you can get access to all the content, but you also get a $10 store credit a month. And so if you're going to spend that $10 on Magic anyways, it ends up just being, you know, kind of free content, which is, I know, not accessible to everybody, but still a very good deal. So I want to Prismatic Ending this, and if I cast Iteration 2, I'm not guaranteed to get maximum value out of my Iteration, and my opponent only has one card in their hand. I think I have time to wait here. When you're making this list, I consider the split cards have multicolor, 1-drop half. I mean, I don't want to put Carnival Carnage in my modern deck. Those cards, that card is really underpowered. You know, it's like, you don't need to have literally only multicolored cards in your deck for General Rokiric to be good. Like, General Rokiric is really, really good in this list, and we are still playing cards like Prismatic Ending and Fury. I'm not sure exactly the number of cards you need to make it work. I'm actually kind of trying to figure that out, I guess. Because like figuring out like the bare minimum of cards you need to make for General to be good is probably a really important thing. But the card feels like, it feels like we could even go down on multicolored cards and have it be strong. All right, so let's go Ending in hand, bottom, exile. Fury to kill your Solitude. Why are we not playing a Shark Typhoon deck today? I wanted to, but the issue is there's a big tournament tomorrow, the Showcase Challenge, and I want to be prepared for that event. So I'm choosing to spend today playtesting this deck, which I think is going to be my choice, rather than memeing. Did your Prismatic Ending? We have another Teferi though. Oh, they have another spell, Path to Exile. Okay. Fight goes on. Yeah, I do think this is what I'm gonna play in the challenge. Oh boy, I've been just crushing with it. It honestly feels like it would be kind of crazy to not play it with how well I've been doing. I'm currently 23-2 with the deck. It's just absurd. General Rokiric has just been like maybe the most slept on card from MH2. I've been high on it for a while. I guess been focused on other things. The Stream Decker list should be up to date. I don't think I changed anything from yesterday's list, but yesterday we were also 4040 5050 or 4141 5050. Survey resubscription for 4 months. Appreciate ya. Subbing to a streamer that doesn't resort to memeing. Of course not. A very serious stream here on twitch.tv/aspiringspike. It's so hard to like innovate in modern, and I definitely have become better at it over time because it's all I do every day. But it's tough. Oh, I probably shouldn't have played this because now I can't cast Wrenn and Six. I was thinking that I wanted to get Temur Triome, possibly, and then have all my colors, but that was a wrong land to play. Basic Island, Field of Ruin. Weird. Yeah, I finally ditched the human suit. I've been a shark the whole time. Mill? Oh, I guess you're right. Okay. Good read. Probably a fine matchup, right? We've got the Ulamog on the sideboard, and we're not that soft to Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Maybe our clock is a little slow, but like at least they've had a slow start this game, right? And what's nice is that we don't turn on... Ooh. That's less nice. But fetching on our turn doesn't turn on trap. I should probably play the General Rokiric this turn, right? And the next turn we can go like Omnath, fetch land, Helix Iteration. A lot of creatures. Oh, why didn't I bounce the orb? I meant to bounce the orb, sorry. No, I did not go up a land compared to yesterday. Yeah, I don't know. Meant to do that, just a brain fart. We'll be okay. Orb is also not like super stock in these lists these days. It's just like playing 1. 2 mesmeric orbs. Well, I think we can win. I guess it actually depends on like how many fetchables we have left, but it looks like we've got enough. We got Omnath, make a 4/4. Fetch land. Oh, a second Helix. Oh, we can't cast both though. Don't have enough Boros mana. You can maybe cast it on their turn, on our next turn. Sorry. Ooh. Should I Prismatic Ending Orb instead of Helixing the Crab? I think so. Lock really the only danger to General pre-board. In this matchup, yeah. There are cards that kill General. It's like Lock, Kolagod's Command, Wrenn and Six, Prismari Command. It's a very time Raveler, bounces it. These are the cards, like, all these cards are pretty good against General, but General dodges so much removal in the format that it's not that big of a concern, I feel. I should probably Helix this crab now, although it does mean I mill myself for 2 more. Okay, so if I Helix this crab now, I stop their ability to landfall off of a land. But then I get milled for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, down to 22, down to 14, which means I don't die to 1 archive trap. I die to 2. Or I guess I died to I died to them going like land, any mill spell, orb. Yeah, I think that's fine. It's good to Helix. It doesn't end up being that different, and this is like higher upside. They've already cast 1 trap. Or they've milled over 1 trap, sorry, from the orb. Alright, let's go. Yeah, their keep was pretty bad, I think. Or, I don't know, maybe they kept against, like, more, creature heavy decks. So you don't want to bring in Rest in Peace and Ulamog, because then your Ulamog gets exiled. Mistake I've made. I'm pretty lucky that they just didn't have anything. Do I want these Force of Negations? I'm probably down to play them. I'm not that enamored by Fury in this matchup. I'll just play 1 and be like at like 62 cards. I do usually like to board up a couple cards against Mill. I don't understand how good the Shark request was until I watched. Yeah, it was a pretty good request. As soon as No Beats was like, "Hey, I got my million channel point idea. I would like for you to do a stream as a VTuber," I was on board. Yeah, if you fuse Wear Tear, it does trigger the General, but only if you fuse it. I don't think I want Wear Tear, because it's like, Mesmeric Orb doesn't do that much as long as Ulamog is in our library. I haven't dyed my hair again yet. I might do that tonight. Tonight is the first night I have just no plans for the first time in a long time. I might go watch the Green Knight with Esther, though, if she gets off work in time. I'm really excited for that. I think that movie's going to be great. Although, I have definitely made the mistake of going into Studio 23 movies before with expectations. I do find that, like, those movies tend to be better to just go in with no expectations. Green Leader, standing by, 8 months, appreciate you. I just can't handle this. Alright, counterspell my Chalice. 824, yeah, I couldn't remember what the number was, but I've liked their movies. Hereditary, Midsommar, The Lighthouse are the ones I've seen. I've liked them. Let me just jam this. But they're all very different. Like, I saw Hereditary, and then when I went into Midsommar, I really expected it to be a movie like that, because usually when you have a movie that's just like so good in a distinct style that it ends up kind of expecting. I probably actually just need to. Oh, I can iteration, but I'm gonna try to. Oh no. Oh, I have Prismari Command to loot. Actually, I have Prismari Command to loot. This is fine. But yeah, like usually I would expect. Oh, I should play my land though. I would expect people, or I would expect a studio that puts out like such good horror movies, and such good like artistic movies to kind of consistently put out the same style. You know what I mean? When that's just like not the case. They have like a lot of different types of movies that are all really really good, and I'm really excited for this one. I should be able to play Omnath, right? Yeah, just play Omnath. Oops, forgot to tap the Garden for green. Maybe this is just a way to lose if I Nah, I don't think we're very likely to lose. We can upkeep Prismari Command. Yeah, I need to force this. So because if they exile my graveyard, there's nothing to shuffle. This was actually almost really bad. If I didn't draw the force, I just lost. But how am I supposed to play around Ashiok? I'm just a mortal man. All of that work just to get Omnath or Ulamog shuffled. People draw Ulamog again. No, it's a good old Lightning Helix. Yeah, we're VTubers now. I think we'll take the hat off because I don't want CFB to get ripped off and not have the logo showing for too long. Tried to honor the hat redemption. What's the tail? I don't know if there is a tail. Maybe see if I can get it. Oh no! Yeah. There we go. Oh, they have Verdict in their deck? Okay. Play draw go for a bit. Yeah, I need to just remember to sit back because the tracking is definitely way better when I'm like a little more reclined. Yeah. It's face tracking. Look, I can make it blink, and the blinking, it looks fine when I do it kind of like over exaggerated and intentionally. It's a little bit worse otherwise. Does it work on Athena? I haven't tried it with Athena, no. Yeah, they are blue white mill is definitely interesting. Right, they got to exile 9 cards with Tasha. It's not that impressive. I'm just gonna try to go to discard with this Ulamog. I did not miss the Chalice trigger. Maybe we will naturally mill Ulamog one of these times, huh? Alright, I do not miss my Chalice trigger. They have like a Delve spell that they want cards in their yard for. Well, these were not the best hits. It's fine. Yeah, maybe they have bridge. We've got Prismatic Ending though. Yeah, I mean if they have Murktide Regen in their deck, not that they would want to cast Crab for Murktide. Another land? Not that they would want to cast Murktide Regent. Or not that they would want to cast Crab to grow their Regent. This is the 3rd time I think we've been asked to say fish are friends, not food. At some point, we're gonna have to make a clip. What are they targeting here? Counterspell? Was it hard to set up the VTuber thing? Oh, what am I? Oh, that was a bonehead play. Oh my gosh. It wasn't that hard, no. That hard. You could it's really as hard as you want it to be, right? There you can do we've been drawing a lot of lands in a row, man. But it's as hard as you want it to be. Like you can spend as much time setting it up as you want to, or as little time. Like this is just kind of like a default avatar, but there's like a lot of ways you can set up a custom one. All right, if we've drawn a spell, maybe. Might actually hardcast Ulamog. I feel super vindicated. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we might just hardcast Ulamog. I would rather cast Ulamog than Kozilek. Literally drawing all lands, but I mean it's hard to complain when you like throw away the Helix. Cycles Fractured Sanity. I guess Tasha's Hideous Laughter hit like a high density of spells. What should I Chalice on? 5? 1, 2. I don't want to Chalice on 3 because that shuts off my generals. Oh no. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, exactly 11 mana. 1, 2, 6. I guess I didn't need to fetch. 4. Chalice on 5, baby. Oh, I have a Fury in the deck. 3 for Laughter. Yeah, but we've got a lot of 3-drops too. Maybe Tasha's Hideous Laughter is the only way we lose, though. No, I think too many of my win conditions left in the deck are 3 mana. I only have 1 Fury, I think. But I do have Ulamog mana. I also have Omnath mana. If this resolves, they're probably almost out of counter spells, right? All right, they pack it in. What a match, man! I haven't played very well today. I've actually like made pretty big mistakes in both of our matches, but the deck is carrying us. But I definitely think it's competitive. I'm 25-2, which is like an inhuman record. We've been running really well. I made sure to say this a lot when we were running this well with Rakdos. That like even though I think this deck's good, I think it's well positioned. I built it to be good in the metagame. Metagame can shift, and we're also like certainly running well with it. You know what I mean? You don't have Air Mesa, can you go equal amount of Wooded Foothills and Heath? Yeah, that's fine. My first league I actually played Heath over Mesa as like my main fetch land, and I think Mesa's a little bit better, but it's honestly it doesn't matter that much. Using Splashing White and your Dimir control for ending and dam over damnations are worth the splash. So one problem is that Prismatic Ending exiles, and that makes your Into the Story specifically worse. Your drowns don't really need too much support. It's probably not that big of an issue, but that's the concern. Hold on, Athena wants to go to bed. She's like trying to open the door. What's my favorite archetype to play if this is my favorite? Any deck with Shark Typhoon. Alright. Had to tuck Athena in. Paladin, thank you for your subscription. Appreciate you. I need to stop putting my hand over my face, because that's when all the weird stuff happens. Is when I put my hand over my face. But I usually like I rub my beard when I'm thinking. They name white. Well, fortunate that they lit on Sprawl, not Arbor Elf. Is this Heliod? Could be Enchantress. Both matchups probably aren't all that good. It is Heliod. Paladin, thank you for that gifted sub. It's nice of you. Maybe we should have Manamorphosed first. Our draw is definitely like pretty floody. General, I guess General actually dies to Ballista in this matchup. Maybe this matchup's bad. This is me paying you for all the YouTube content consumed. Thanks, Paladin. Shout out to all the YouTube viewers. We already put on a virtual hat, which was just a piece of clip art. Corvus, thank you for gifting the sub. That's nice of you. Appreciate you. Yeah, I had a clip art sombrero on for a second. Looks like they're casting the Walking Ballista. They also attacked me instead of Wrenn and Six. I guess we're gonna go ping ping. I should Manamorphose maybe next turn if I don't draw. I mean, I would really like to get the trigger off the General. When to cast your Manamorphose has been a little tricky in this deck. Yeah, we can just go General Manamorphose next turn. Mick, thank you for your subscription. Appreciate you, buddy. If you get something, you get a deck. Yeah, we could do that. We can do that. 4-color midrange. So I've played Territorial Kavu in decks like this. That are their land. I've played Territorial Kavu in decks like this, and I admittedly just haven't been all that impressed by it. It just doesn't feel like as big a payoff as I'd like it to be. And it really does make your mana a lot worse. I think I'm gonna make red white for draw Helix. I think that you should play 4 Ragavans. I know a lot of these decks are playing 3. That might be for card availability issues, but if card availability isn't an issue for you, I would really recommend playing the full 4 Ragavans. I would probably also not play Wrenn and Six. I don't think that it's like as good in a deck like this. Oh boy. Well, we don't have an Out to Infinite Life game 1. We have a really convoluted Out to Infinite Life that involves Ulamog, where if we hardcast Ulamog, we should be able to attack them enough to kill all their permanents, and then we can bounce Ulamog to our hand and then discard it either with Prismari Command or discard it to hand size. Then they'll deck first. Game 1, however, we're going to pack it in. Yeah, I think that I would recommend just cutting the green from the deck and being Grixis, but if you want to be 4 color, I would just recommend cutting the Wrenn and Sixes, playing the 4th Ragavan, playing like the 4th Stub or 2nd Kolaghan's Command, maybe 3rd Drown over the 2nd Wrenn. Okay, so against Heliod, Gutshot does break up the Infinite Life combo. Don't want these Chalices, or maybe I'll play like 1 Chalice. Play the Gutshots. Could play the first Explosives. I don't hate it. The first Wear Tear could be good too. As it hits Ballista, hits Topia Sprawl. Isn't this deck just Nivless Niv? I guess. I mean, it's also like, you know, a build around this card, so it's... I would, instead of calling it Nivless Niv, it's like we're kind of playing General as more of the top end of our curve than we are, than like other versions like this that have gone more in on Niv. Let's keep this hand. Let's put back Sacred Foundry. Not a very good 6 though. I play more Ancient Grudges. The card's really good right now. No, we have Outstant Infinite Life Pie. I just talked about it, but we did I not board in the Ulamog? I forgot to board in the Ulamog. Oh my gosh, sorry. Go board it in for game 3 if we get there. How do you feel about Heliod's positioning in the meta? I don't know. I don't think it's great. I think it's playable though. And maybe like potentially slightly underplayed. Ooh, Ballista's kind of obnoxious against Teferi because if I bounce it, they can deny the card. I might just plus. I think I like just plussing. We're on the Bring to Light Valky plan. Yeah, so I should talk about that. So we're talking about this deck playing Niv, playing Bring to Light Valky. The reason we're not playing these 5-mana spells is because Modern is currently a format that's just defined by 1-mana creatures and is totally defined by being a format that's super low to the ground and super fast. And the 5-drops, like I think go too over the top at the moment, and I think that maybe I should just pitch Fury here. I think I'm gonna wait a turn. Waiting a turn's kind of bad against Pendlehaven though. Alright. I need Ulamog in this matchup is not to Infinite Life. What would I replace Chalice with if it wasn't good in local meta? I mean, though, I don't know that I would play this deck, right, if Chalice isn't good in your local meta, because this deck is definitely just designed to attack, like, the Hammer Time matchups, the Ragavan Darcy matchups, and, like, also, like, kind of the decks that are emerging to beat those decks, too. But we're playing, like, our curve is a lot lower than the deck with all the 5-drops, because we're trying to, be lower to the ground, so we're not just like incredibly slow like a lot of these decks seem to be. Is at least the theory I'm working with this deck. Well, we're pretty likely to just be dead, I guess, because I've been born into Ulamog like a bonehead. Yeah. So if I had boarded into Ulamog, I like just wouldn't be conceding here. So the puns kind of continue, huh? First time playing the matchup. Yeah, I got the shark brained. Got to get into the zone. Probably lead on Flooded Strand if I have Wrenn and Six, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna lead on Chalice or Wrenn, of course. Depends on what they do. Is this? Alright, no Luris, Watery Grave, Inquisition. So lucky is this matchup super good for Heliod. I forgot to board my Ulamog, which can theoretically give me an out to Infinite Life, but I don't know, it's the first time I've played it. I would say that you're probably favored. Guess I'm gonna jam Chalice. Alright. Manamorphose! There you go. Sorry for missing the redemption earlier. Yeah, GG's. Oh, sorry, I keep putting my hand over my mouth. It just gets so freaky. It gets so weird when I do it. I need to, like... Yeah, stop that. Nico's halfway through Bloodborne. That's really exciting, because, I mean, Bloodborne's the shortest game on the run, right? So... I mean... He just hasn't practiced Sekiro enough, I think, to get the run this time, but it would be amazing. It would be, like, actually just the stuff of Legends if he gets it this time. I think I'm gonna start off with a Manamorphose. Yeah, I think you're supposed to hold these if you have either the general in your hand or other things to play on your turn. Well, a bit awkward. Did I play it? I'm gonna wait. might be able to wait till I ultimate this Wrenn and Six and just go like Rimblum, Manamorphose after the general. You got a deck tech too. Thanks for keeping me on top of that. This is Mardu General. So yeah, I was also my first thought for this deck was Mardu, and that was actually because the 3-mana Kaya I think is really well positioned in the modern metagame. So I wanted to kind of play that. Then you also you get the Croakster, which I see you have. You're playing Kalin Reclusive Painter. I don't think that card is playable if you're not, if you don't have like a decent amount of synergy for it in your deck. And I don't really see a lot of synergy here. Yeah, I don't think I would be playing that card. I don't like Thrilling Discovery either. This card is just like pretty unplayable if you're like just trying to use it to trigger multicolored spells. Oh no, it's Twiddlestorm. Oh no, it's Twiddlestorm. But we have the Chalice in play. Did anybody have the read? ECS, thank you for your 6-month resubscription, and Naughty Trolls 11 months. They cast Wish. Probably can find it out the Chalice, right? Oh, the explosives for 0, which we can Prismatic Ending. Gotta make sure to spend an extra mana here. Plus the Chalice counter the ending. Modern playable Wish. And of course by modern playable, I mean a card people play in modern. Yeah, I was also probably try to play 4 Chalice in the deck. Or although no, you probably just can't play Ragavan and Thoughtseize Chalice. You gotta pick a lane. And the lane you probably need to pick is not Chalice in the Mardu variant. I don't like Boros Charm in a deck like this either. They cast another Wish. I assume they'll have another out to Chalice here. Yeah, there they go. Okay. We're probably dead next turn unless we can draw into another Chalice. That's our only interaction. Ooh. Might have been better to start Manamorphosing first. I shouldn't have discarded the fetch land. Chalice? Maybe you get punished for playing the Omnath. No, we get to keep going here. We found 2 fetch lands, which is pretty good. Not punished for playing the Omnath. Do I iteration? I think I should iteration here. It just digs me a bit deeper. So hand, bottom, exile, Manamorphose. Still no Chalice. Alright, this one, I think we're out of gas here. Just have to make sure they can kill me. Oh, they just concede? Okay, cool. Didn't think that was gonna happen. Yeah, I don't like the Deafening Clarion. You want Kaya. There was one more multicolored card I feel like you really want. Oh, Rip Apart. Rip Apart I think is a pretty good card in these decks. A couple of maybe play Tidehole Scholar. Well, the card's pretty underpowered these days. Okay, so against Twiddlestorm, I want the Rest in Peace. I want the Force of Negations. I want the Alpine Moon. Man, Twiddlestorm is kind of a brave deck to play in the Alpine Moon metagame. They'll play it explosives in case they bring in empty. Yeah, I also don't like these versions that don't play the arcane spells. I feel like the arcane version is a lot better. I know that some people have been championing this variant, but it doesn't seem to me to be stronger. I could be wrong. I don't like really play these decks that often, but I feel like I understand them decently well. Let me shock here so I can. Oh, sorry. This doesn't kill Wishclaw Talisman for 1 mana. Just bluff in Mana Tithe. Consistency of the Arcaneless version is the main appeal. It's funny that you say that, because my impression of the Arcaneless version is that it's less consistent. But I mean, I obviously could be wrong. But again, it's just like I thought it was the opposite, that the Arcaneless version was faster, or the Arcaneless version was faster, and the version with the arcane spells was more consistent. That's scare me. No Force of Negation to Teferi. Wish we had that last turn, but it's fine. The opponent's playing Twiddlestorm, which is a deck. Which is a deck. Instrument for Wheel, Sun and Moon over Rip. Rest in Peace is just so much better against the Rakdos and the blue-red decks. I think I'm fine just not getting the trigger. It's like, if you play Wheel, if they have Delirium, they get to keep Delirium. If they have Kroxa plus cards in the yard, they get to keep Kroxa. They get to keep cards in the yard that are already there for Murktide. And Wheel is also like not that easy to cast, probably. It's probably never. That's probably not true. It's probably pretty easy to cast. And I also think that you really don't need to try your best when you're brewing to not play cards that are like underpowered and bad, in order to that make your good cards better. You want to try to find good cards that work with good cards. I know that sounds maybe obvious, but it's, you know, a lot of times obvious sounding lessons just need to be said over and over again. Okay, let's go loot, make a treasure. Okay, pretty happy with this Chalice on 2, I think. We go Omnath into Chalice on 2. I think of Jeskai Flagfire. The card Cleansing Wildfire is not a good card in Modern at the moment. I'm not of the opinion that you would want to play that deck right now. Alpine Moon is just so much better than Cleansing Wildfire. Oh, don't have Shattering Spree. Are they gonna wish and I don't have Force up? They have Shattering Spree, brutal. Well, I guess Force only would stop 1 copy. There's probably some weird tension between like leaving Shattering Spree in your sideboard and then leaving one in the side, when leaving one or bringing it in for wish or leaving one in for the sideboard. We get to hit them down to 12, and then next turn we can double or triple trigger Omnath and hit them down to 4. But Force. Oh wait, what? They messed up with their Shattering Spree. They messed up with their Shattering Spree. I guess that just is going to cost them the match. Yeah, they could have killed both. They did. They only killed 1. Nothing we can do about it. We could Explosives our own Chalice to be nice. But not even I'm that nice. Yeah, they just messed up the targets. Because the Chalice did counter 1 copy, and they put the original at the Chalice at 1 instead of one of the copies, it seems. Like a super easy mistake to make. Okay, that matchup's probably not that good. We do emerge unscathed. 3-1 on the day, losing to Heliod. Alright, we can keep this on the draw against Laris. Put him most to 6. Interested in brewing a Luris Grixis deck, maybe a more control version. I mean, we have played that deck. I have put lists together. TSP Yindrik is like been doing a really good job working on that deck list as well. I probably should Fury on turn 1 here. Stop their mana development with the drum. I could maybe I should, I'll wait a turn. I could maybe get a 3 for 2 here. Fury is such a good card, dude. Yep, 3 for 2 for 0 mana. We'll see what we draw when before deciding what to pitch. I think Yidero, Wandering Monster, Expansion Explosion. Don't play Expansion Explosion or Yidero in any modern deck right now, in my opinion. Both cards are underpowered. Thoughts on the Jade Avenger brew? I refuse to play Jade Avenger. The card is just, it was fun for a while, but it's just become unfun. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just salty because my Ragavans keep getting blocked by Jade Avenger. Oh, if they have a hammer, we're kind of screwed, huh? I guess we could just take 10. Okay, what are we pitching? Probably the second copy of Fury. Yeah, I keep like putting my hand over my mouth. I've never been more conscious of the fact that I like touch my face a lot when I'm thinking, apparently. And that's when the shark looks all weird. And Fury is so good. Nice Hammer Time deck. Jeff, 16 months, appreciate ya. 16 months into a full-time streamer, and just look at me now. Hell yeah, we finally made it. We're VTubers. I'm gonna get Temple Garden, Helix, this and pay. They only have 1 mana. They do have a hammer in their hand. Without the a creature in play, the Springleaf Drum doesn't do anything. They play the hammer. That must mean that they just drew You're still Paladin, right? I'm gonna go bounce the Springleaf Drum. Turning on the stream this morning was a mistake. Yeah, the VTubing seems to be a bit polarizing, huh? They drew Stoneforge Mystic instead. Why would they cast the hammer then? Yeah, I think that was a mistake. Chalice is probably too good to not play here. All 3 of these cards are really good. I think I'm gonna keep the general. It is true that they can put hammer into play with Stoneforge Mystic, but so much of their deck, like they even have a Springleaf Drum in their hand that this counters. Metalcraft? I mean, they're really far from, I guess they weren't that far from Metalcraft, but they had like no resources. I don't think they could afford to like, it's not like they needed to use their mana super efficiently there, you know what I mean? They didn't have very many resources to begin with. These are my sideboard cards against Hammer. It's actually my first time playing the matchup, but I definitely feel like we've got a lot of tools. I'm gonna go ahead and cut at least 2 Teferi Time Ravelers, probably all 3. Probably want to cut the 4th General. Could probably trim Manamorphose. Maybe trim the Omnath. Trim on Omnath. 2 of these. A little worried about being too light on win cons. Just literally only good cards in this matchup. Is Gut that good? I mean, so I think Gutshot's good in this deck, where this deck can be a little slow on the draw against like the Ragavan Darcy decks and against Hammer Time. And so Gutshot's like really does help you compensate for that. I've been pretty happy with it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna cut the Manamorphoses. I've been pretty happy with it. But it's not like it definitely has to be in the sideboard. I think that you can play a few different cards, but and these matchups have seemed favorable, and so it's possible that you don't need them. But I just like theory crafting the deck. I think that a lot of the ways you lose against the Ragavan Darcy decks and against Hammer Time is you're on the draw and they just overwhelm you with the efficiency of their spells, and having a 0 mana answer to a Ragavan, or I guess effectively a 1 mana answer to Esper Sentinel, 0 mana answer to like Inkmoth Nexus, Darcy, is a really big deal, I think. Also, like against Ragavan specifically, in the mid game, if you're tapped out, your opponent is pretty incentivized to dash Ragavan, and Gutshot is pretty sick against a dashed Ragavan. We have a Kataki. They're here. We have 2 Kataki still. 2 years very intrigued by this talking shark on the screen. Alright, this hand is sick. We're gonna keep. Our sideboard is awkwardly multicolored. I don't think it's that big a deal. I think one thing we'll come to find maybe is that General Rokiric does not need that much support to be really, really strong. Especially post-sideboard games where things can slow down a lot. They boarded in Sanctifier? I was surprised by that. What's the name of my squid friend? This is Athena. Athena's also VTubing with me right now. Yeah, I'm gonna fuse Wear Tear here. A Hammer Time matchup seems pretty good, huh? They also forgot to put Luris in their hand. There's a 1 million channel. The 1 million channel point redemptions are currently suspended because these take a lot of time and effort, and it's just like I'm pretty behind on them, but if I catch up I might bring some back. The Prismatic Ending, okay. But if I catch up on them I'll bring some back, but they're not gonna stay forever. They're just like, unfortunately the stream has gotten so big that this is a little bit unsustainable. And I did, you know, of course, make them as a joke. Make the 1 million channel point redemption option as a joke like 2 years ago, thinking that nobody would ever get to 1 million channel points. But then they added betting, and now we've got a lot of people getting to 1 million channel points. Alright, some card advantage for them. Yeah, really unfortunate that the channel is super duper popular. Maybe I can scare the viewers away. Letting out a little bit. Well, we've got blockers. No, we don't. These protection from red, and these are red. But do they know that these golems are red? They might not have hammer in their hand. Maybe I should have fetched. Obviously should have fetched. Well, can't block anyway, so I'm gonna attack. I mean, not fetching is good if we draw Omnath. But, you know, thinning is maybe slightly more important. I don't know. Probably better not to fetch. That 4 extra damage from Omnath could be really relevant. Find this humorous, where now I should have Shark Saturday where I VTube as the shark. That could be good, yeah. I don't hate it. Okay, they don't have Metalcraft. No attacks. Okay. Big draw step. Prismatic Ending. Well, we have to Prismatic Ending either the Hammer or Sigarda's Aid. Or the Giver of Runes. You can't get one of the creatures with the Giver in play. They're pretty far away from Metalcraft. I guess they're not that far away. This is tough. This is like... Seems like it should be Hammer. Well, they need two more... It's like they have so many ways to tutor one Hammer in their deck, right? They have, you know, 4 Stoneforge Mystics, between 2 and 4 Steel Shaper's Gifts, and 3 Hammers itself. Where they have to draw 2 artifacts to equip this hammer, right? So I think it should be Sigarda's Aid. I'm gonna attack first. But it's very close. I could also see like a pretty reasonable argument for Giver of Runes too. Yeah, maybe they do block and give this protection actually. That's a good point. Maybe they block and give the Paladin protection and we can exile Sanctifier, which makes our attacks a lot better. How many channel points to record a CFB video like this? I'd probably prefer to keep the CFB videos slightly more professional. Thanks, Poet. I mean, it's also true that if they draw one hammer, that hammer cantrips, so then they can draw an artifact for Metalcraft. But we're dead. We were dead to a hammer there if we didn't exile the Aid. So I think that was the play. At least we drew a spell, right? Did I play a land? I guess it doesn't really matter. They Giver, otherwise don't really have a clock. Maybe. It's close. Well, this is an artifact for Metalcraft. It does nothing against my deck though. Right? Just actual blank card. So now I think I'm exiling the hammer. Now things are better. I think. I mean, if they go block pro red, they probably should be doing that anyways. Yeah. So now I could exile Sanctifier now, but I'm just like so dead if they draw any artifact that I should probably exile the hammer. Right? I think that checks out. Yeah, I mean, maybe they think I have Bring to Light in my deck. That's gotta be why they have it, right? They have to think I have Bring to Light. I mean, it's also like not crazy to think I might have Charlotte's Agent or Bloodbraid Elf, but you would never play those cards with Prismatic Ending and Chalice, I think. Well, maybe never say never. Okay, those are two pretty good draws. We've got to start drawing some spells, man. Oh, and now the Sanctifier is blocking super well. Wear Tear will be good. We get to go kill this, kill this. Excellent Paladin seemed much better there. It was actually a lot worse for one specific reason. Oh, wait, they give pro red. Right, maybe you have something. Maybe you're onto something there. Yeah. Whoops. I thought it was pro white. They could have named pro white to play around that. So we're just playtesting against a theoretical genius. Okay. We have a good turn next turn, I guess. We're dead to any artifact though this turn. Oh, we're not. So they just have the artifact. No, they don't have the hammer anymore. We killed the hammer. How's Discord spelled about it? It's fine. It's fine. I like the various Discord decks. Okay, this is a bold attack. This is a really bold attack. Yeah, we're dead to hammer, but they don't have. I forgot that we exiled the hammer. Maybe any other V2 modder. There's some other V2 and characters, creatures, whatever that I have access to, I guess, but I don't have just literally anybody available at any moment. Alright, so we get to gain 4 life, we get to deal them 4 with Omnath, we make another 4/4, we get to draw a card, we can draw a card off the Triome if we want to. But I guess instead we'll just kill them with Prismari Command and Wrenn and Six. And win this game, this weird game. Yeah, probably shouldn't be any licensed characters, huh? What a match. What a match. YouTube as a Siege Rhino. Trademark law doesn't apply when it's a bit. Wise words. I do take most of my legal advice from Twitch. Close match. We probably lose this game if they like blocked with the Paladin like a turn sooner. Win streak's continuing for sure. Deck's feeling great. I'm really excited for the showcase tomorrow. You're playing the Boros Paralysis for a scrub lane?